Good morning, everyone. Welcome to week 4. This is the assignment 3, your third in-class assignment, instructional video, which is worth 7.5% and is due next Friday at 5 p.m. Okay, so this one here, if you haven't watched the PowerPoint and gone through the activity, I'm going to say stop. Go back and watch the PowerPoint because this one is very much math-based and you will have no idea what you are doing if you try to attempt it before. You still might not really know. So under Blackboard, under the Assignments tab, you will open up this sheet here. So this sheet here is an Excel-based document. It will be labeled KEG Menu Engineering Student. Everything is to be completed within this particular document. And what we've given you here is a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different appetizers, all of which here are located on the KEG menu in any KEG that you go to, and we have one in town here in Barrie. Now they've given us the food cost, the sales price, and the amount sold for a single week. So those are the 3 sets of information that we will always need if we want to complete a menu engineering assessment. So I actually believe that these food costing items are probably a year or 2 old, but it doesn't matter. The idea is that it gives us a real idea of how you'd use this in the actual industry. So what you will be doing is filling out your name under the name and then also putting your student number in here. Now my hope is that you have some familiarity with Excel and you know how to do some formulas. But what I will do for you in this instructional video is go through maybe a line or 2 and give you an idea of how to do this. So first steps is take a look at the first item, baked garlic shrimp. And what we want to do is figure out the menu mix percentage. So this is easy. I'm not really giving away much. What we want to do is add up the sum of all of these numbers to find the total amount of appetizers sold in a week. Now, because this is an Excel sheet, and maybe I'll zoom in here so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so because it's an Excel sheet, it's basically just a big calculator. So if I press the equal sign, I have now told that this cell, that there's some sort of mathematical formula going on. And what you want to do is that you want to add up all of these numbers. So you can do a couple different things. You can select the individual cell and see how as I clicked it, it now says B6. And I can go plus, B7 plus. I'm just pressing the plus sign and clicking on all of these. And I'm going to add all these up. When I'm done, now I'm just going to simply go and press enter, 755. And when I click on this cell, you'll notice up in the bar, it tells you exactly what the formula is. An easier way of doing it as well is just entering the equal sign, open bracket, sum, close bracket, and what it's asking for is the range. Sorry, open bracket, then select the range. So what I'm doing is just selecting the whole range. So here it's asking me the sum of one number to the next number. So the sum of B6, which is this, all the way down to B15. You can do a close bracket or not, it doesn't matter, it'll read it. When you press enter, it's the same number. So that's like very basic for formulas. You won't really need much for formulas as far as subtraction, multiplication, division, things like that. So let's do the first line here for you. So a menu mix. Menu mix is the popularity percentage, and what we'll be doing is we'll taking how many that we sold and dividing it by how many there are. Pressing enter. Now this is already for the most part formatted, so any number that comes up here will show as a percentage with 2 decimals. But just so you know in the future, same thing with dollars and percentages, we're always looking for 2 decimals. Next one is the item CM, so item contribution margin. How much money does each individual item make us? And what we will be doing here is taking the sales price and subtracting the food cost and it will give us a dollar amount of exactly $5. The next three columns, G, H, and I, are total columns. So what we want to do here is figure out the actual total. So with this one, this is the total of the, sorry, let me turn that off. This is the total of the actual menu cost. So we will take 77 and multiply it by the food cost, $304. Menu revenue will be the menu revenue multiplied by the number of items, so that's the sales price. And then the menu CM is the amount of items multiplied by the item CM. So here you can see $304 is the cost, $689 and change is the revenue, and we take home $385. Now you won't be able to do the CM category and the menu mix category, but these will be either an L for lower than average or an H for higher than average. And when you have these numbers, you will be able to determine if it's a star, a plow horse, a dog, or a puzzle. Okay, and if this is the first time you've heard those categories, again, stop and go on back and watch the PowerPoint. So what you'll do is you'll complete all of these and get yourself a number. Now what you will do is, once you've completed all of this and filled out all of your numbers, you will go down to a graph. So this here is a graph. And basically what I want you to do is you'll be selecting, so first of all, you're going to have your average contribution margin and your average menu mix. So there's 10 different items, so I can tell you right now your menu mix will be 10%. And I don't exactly know what it is off the top of my head, but just as a guess, let's say it's $6.50. Okay, those are my average money that I make and average menu mix. What you will do is you'll go up here, you will look at your baked garlic shrimp. So 10.2 is the menu mix popularity and $5. So now I have to go back down here. So 10.2. So this 10% and this $6.5 is this middle dot right here. That's where that's graphed. So if I'm going to want to graph the baked garlic shrimp, it was 10.2%. So assuming this is 0 down here, I'm going to go all the way up. If I left the blue star right there, it would be at 10. It's 10.2, so I'm just going to move it up a little bit. So I'm graphing it. And the next one is $5. Okay, so now I'm going to take this $5 amount. If it's $6.5 is this middle, so obviously the $5 is going to be a little bit less. So I'm going to move this over here. So this is a plow horse then, this blue star. So this blue star, based on being a plow horse, that would mean that it's very high in popularity, but it's low in the amount of money. So if I made $7, then it'd be over here, 8, 9, 10, 12, and so on. I hope you understand that. So what you'll be doing is pulling the stars and placing them where it makes sense based off your averages. What a really useful thing to do is find out what the most expensive thing is and the least expensive, or sorry, the highest item CM and the lowest item CM, and assume that that's the very top and the lowest one is the very bottom of your line. And then same thing with the popularity. See what the lowest popular thing is and put it down there, and the highest popular thing is and put it there. And that kind of gives you a little bit of more knowledge about how high your graph will go in numbers. I often just can write it on the side, so I can say high CM is $9 and low CM maybe is $3. So I know $3 is the lowest right here, 6.5 right here, and goes all the way up to 9 as maximum. You don't need to do that. It just helps when you're placing your stars to get really a lot more accurate. So you're going to go through, follow all these steps, do as well as you can. When you are completed all of this, then you are going to pull your stars and graph them where it makes sense. And there's going to be different places for all of them. Then you're going to go down here and it says select 3 items you would change or remove and tell me what you would do to make these better. Now, just so you know, as for an actual mark, I don't want just the item. I need the item and an explanation of what you would do. So let's say that I think I pulled in a crab cake and I made it a dog, and it's right there. Okay? When I'm looking at this, I'm going to say, well, if we just sold a little bit more, we would make it a plow horse, right? If we just got it up there just a bit more popular, it's not that far away. It's not all the way down here. It's quite close to that line. So a verbal feature to the servers, if we sold 3 or 4 or 5 more, we might just be able to get that above that line. Okay? And same thing here with this baked garlic shrimp. We're quite close to moving it into star territory. So this is the money line. So we just got to make a little bit more money. So either if we can reduce the portion or maybe increase the price a little bit, we might be able to move it over here. If we increase the price too much, yes, it might move over here, but it also will become less popular, which is a down motion. And then we end up putting in that puzzle. So we don't want it there either. So that's why it's a little bit finicky as far as what you want to do. You don't want to make any drastic changes, but what you do want to do for this assignment is give me 3 items and some basic suggestions of what you can do to make that item a bit better. Again, as always, Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. I am available for chats. Jump in if you have any questions. We can do a little bit of this together, or I can look at yours, or just simply fill it out and email me, and I can let you know if you're on the right track or not. Okay? So that's all for now. Review the PowerPoint, review the in-class worksheet. That gives you help. This is exactly the same as the worksheet. It's the same kind of calculations. The graphic is really the only different portion. And then I'd like you to select 3 items and tell me what you would do to make them better. When you're done, submit it to the Assignment 3 submittal link located under your Assignments tab. Have a great week. Next week, there's no assignment. There is an activity that you can do, but it's not for any marks. And I hope you have a great week and stay in touch.